G'day. This Sunday's Bible reading is from early in John's Gospel. It's Jesus at a wedding offering a complete transformation, turning water into wine. It's his first miracle. It's in chapter 2, and it reads this way. On the third day there was a wedding in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Jesus and his disciples had also been invited to the wedding. And when the wine gave out, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no wine." And Jesus said to her, "Woman, what concern is that to you and to me? My hour has not yet come." His mother said to the servants, "Do whatever he tells you." Now standing there were 6 stone water jars for the Jewish rites of purification, each holding 20 or 30 gallons. Imagine 18 or 20 jerry cans off the back of 4-wheel drives, right? That's how much. Jesus said to them, "Fill the jars with water." And they filled them up to the brim. He said to them, "Now draw some out and take it to the chief steward." So they took it. When the steward tasted the water that had become wine, he did not know where it came from, though the servants who had drawn the water knew. The steward called the bridegroom and said to him, "Everyone serves the good wine first, and then the inferior wine after the guests have become drunk. But you have kept the good wine until now." Jesus did this, the first of his signs, in Cana of Galilee, and revealed his glory, and his disciples believed in him. The experts tell us John's Gospel is the most sophisticated and nuanced of the 4. It's written later, and it's very carefully crafted. There are probably good reasons this story begins Jesus' ministry. It's partly a bookend to the other end of his earthly life. A couple of examples. On the third day of his ministry since his baptism, but of course that phrase is used of his resurrection on Easter Sunday. He calls his mum woman. Seems a bit rude. But he also uses that term from the cross when he asks the disciple to care for her. There's wine poured out in this story, wine that used to be something else. Is that some sort of a foreshadow of the Last Supper? This miracle story tells us more about Jesus changing our lives and our relationship with God than it does about home brewing. It sets the scene for his transforming offer of a new way of living within the joy and the purpose and the possibility of God's covenant promises to us. I like the way Christopher Page says, "It's no mistake that Jesus' first miracle in the Gospel of John occurs in the context of a wedding. Weddings are the celebration of a gift. A wedding embodies the intention of 2 people to open to one another with the fullness of their being. The couple being married pledge to give themselves to one another and to trust in the fullness of that love they celebrate at the ceremony. They're brought together in a mystical union that they cannot create themselves, but can only receive as a gift of that love which has drawn them into that relationship." In John's Gospel, Jesus invites us into a relationship with God. We enter this union by trusting in the power of love at work in the universe and in our lives. Jesus offers us a union of grace in which we begin to rest in the goodness of life and the power of God's Holy Spirit. The religion that interested Jesus was not merely about tinkering with our ethics and our morality. Jesus was interested in complete transformation, like water into wine. May I offer one more idea? The ultimate joy to look forward to? That one day, the bridegroom will pour out the very best that he's been saving until the last. I hope to see you Sunday.